Are you tired of negative thoughts? Always thinking of your imperfections? Constantly thinking something will go wrong? That no one loves you? Losing your mind over criticism? Spending hours telling yourself how worthless you are and comparing your life to others? Are you missing out on opportunities due to your pessimistic thoughts? Is your life spiraling down due to this? Well, I too have been there. Since I was about 9 years old, all I could think about was bad things, and it eventually became a habit of mine. Each morning before school, I would get killer cramps, diarrhea, and sometimes even vomited before the school bus came to pick me up. My body reacted to my never-ending negative thoughts, and I eventually developed irritable bowel syndrome. So, I am here to tell you my tips and tricks that I used to overcome this bad habit of mine. I would like to explain from a psychology point of view how negative thinking affects you. When you think pessimistically all the time, your brain slows down and decreases activity in the cerebellum. When the cerebellum slows down, you will have difficulties solving problems. Another area that becomes affected is the frontal lobe, because it decides what is important according to what you pay most attention to. Therefore, more neurons will be created to support your negativity. The thalamus also perceives your negative thinking. The problem is that the thalamus can't differentiate negative thoughts from danger, increasing your blood pressure and affecting your mood. When stress is produced from overthinking, it can increase your chances to develop mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, and personality disorders. Not only that, but it can also affect our health in ways such as headaches, digestive problems, weight gain, muscle and jaw tension, decreased sex drive, back pain, fatigue, lowering the immune system, and affecting blood sugar. But don't worry. Thankfully, the brain has the capacity to rewire through training. This can be done by replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. This is easier said than done. It will take practice and lots of patience to control your pessimistic thinking. Here are my tips and tricks that I used. Notice your body language. Are you grinding your teeth? Are your muscles and shoulders tense? Do you have back and neck pain? Are your hands relaxed or in a fist? Are you frowning? This is important because your body can tell you a lot about your mental state. Relax your body and then you can calm your mind. Use affirmations. Affirmations are statements that you tell yourself to motivate and influence your mind and body. I tell myself affirmations every day. You can look these up online or buy a daily affirmation book and read one, repeating it throughout the day. Examples of these are, I am filled with positive thoughts. I welcome positivity in my life. Today is a new day, a new opportunity. I forgive myself for past mistakes. Mindfulness. Be conscious of your thoughts, witness them, and give them names or physical appearances, then say no and let them go. This trick helped me immensely because I could identify negative thoughts through observation. I noticed how they were making me feel, and by giving them names, I was able to let them go. Know your triggers. Pay attention to what affects your thinking. Could it be a past situation? Could it be toxic people putting bad things in your mind? Is it a current situation? A bad relationship? I personally sat down and wrote everything I believed to trigger my negativity, and then did something about it. For example, I was surrounded by people who did no good to my thinking, so I stayed away from them. Distract yourself. Watch a movie, play a video game, watch funny videos, go on a hike, do your favorite hobby, or draw. Basically, anything that entertains you. I love Netflix, and to color while I listen to music. The purpose of this is to quiet your mind for a while until you relax and are able to handle your thinking better. Find a trustful person. It can be a friend, partner, parent, teacher, or counselor. Anyone who is willing to listen to you and give you their point of view. I personally have 3 trustful friends who I can tell what's on my mind, and they will help me think more positively because they are seeing my situation from a different point of view. Exercise. You may hear this all the time, but honestly, this has helped diminish my negative thoughts. When you exercise, you release endorphins, which are chemicals that energize you and moderate your bad thoughts. I go on a walk and jog early in the morning. This boosts me to start my day with a positive mind. Daily journal. I have a journal where I write anything positive I did during the day. It doesn't matter if you had a bad day, just find one thing. For example, eating a healthy meal. The purpose of this is to train your mind to find positivity in the negative. Not only that, but when you are down, look at your journal and see how far you have come. I sometimes even draw in my journal to help bring good thoughts. Self-talk using a mirror. This one may be silly, but thanks to it, I have the confidence to overcome stressful thoughts. I look at myself in the mirror and tell myself good things like, I am beautiful, or it will all be okay. I find it powerful to look at myself in the eyes and have a good talk. Be aware of misreading. Misreading any situation could provoke negative thoughts. For example, if you call a friend and they haven't called back, don't draw conclusions. It could be that they are busy or simply not in the mood to talk at that time. I learned this the hard way. The majority of the time, I created situations in my mind that were distorted. Don't apply your perspectives to someone else. This one is very important. Each of us has different perspectives and ways of handling situations. For example, if you think, why did they say that? That's something I wouldn't have said. You will only bring negativity into your thoughts. So, if you can change this, you'll be able to relax more. Well, I hope these tips can help you as much as they've helped me. Keep in mind that your thinking won't change quickly. It will take time and discipline. If you feel that your mental health is getting worse due to negative thoughts, then maybe a counselor or therapist can help you as well. Happy thinking.
Hey Psych2Goers, have you ever spent nights being plagued by negative thoughts? Perhaps you get insecure about certain aspects of your life or feel like something is about to go wrong. These constant negative thoughts can drive unnecessary fear and hinder you from being your best self. So, to help you conquer this, here are 6 ways to overcome negative thoughts. Number 1. Recognize cognitive distortions. Do you have a tendency to think in extremes? Perhaps your friends didn't reply to you immediately and you assumed it meant they don't want to be friends with you anymore. Or maybe someone made a comment about you and you took it to mean that they hate you. This is a type of cognitive distortion known as black and white thinking, and it can greatly harm your mental health. Remember, your mind is so powerful that it can convince you of something that isn't necessarily accurate, which can reinforce negative thinking. This is why it's important to make an effort to be aware of such thoughts and distortions so you can start to challenge these thoughts. Number 2. Building distress tolerance. How do you respond to stress? Distress tolerance is a person's ability to manage their internal emotional state in response to self-inducing factors, which can include negative thoughts. This requires the ability to take a step back, pause for a few moments, or a few days to recenter yourself, and then take action. Keeping calm in the face of stress doesn't signify nonchalance towards the problem, or that you're suppressing your feelings, but instead it allows you to feel in control of your emotion and behavior, instead of letting your emotions control you. Some ways to help you build distress tolerance is to be aware of what stress feels like in your body. This may be labored breathing, tension in your neck or back, sweating or clenched fists. These symptoms are normally felt before action is taking place, in between the stimulus, what is happening, and the response, how you act. You should take a moment to regain control of your body and thoughts, and later make a decision on how to move forward. After all, you have the power to decide if you want to act in accordance with your temporary emotions and feelings, or if you want to act based on healthy logic, your values, and what's in your long-term best interest. Number 3. Changing the perception of the problem or reframing. Linda and Charlie Bloom, MSW, suggested that another great way to overcome negative thoughts is by reframing the problem from one that is negative to one more hopeful. One way of reframing is by redefining a problem as a challenge. For example, instead of feeling defeated or powerless because you have to give up your dream school due to financial problems, you can try to apply for a scholarship. Look for financial help from appropriate institutions or perhaps work part-time while studying. Reframing problems gives you power because you are owning your problem instead of letting the problem own you. Are you suffering from stress or anxiety? Are you having trouble sleeping or having a hard time hitting REM sleep? We want to thank Endel for sponsoring this video. Endel is backed by neuroscience technology, and the most unique part about it is it morphs music to time of day, weather, heart rate, and location. It It'll calm your mind to create feelings of comfort and safety wherever you go, and play gentle sounds so that you can hit that deep sleep you so desperately need. The first 100 people to download Endel will get a free week of audio experience. So check out the description box for this exclusive offer. Number 4. Self-soothing coping skills. Another way you can overcome negative thoughts is by applying self-soothing coping skills. These skills are the first aid for stressful thoughts. Examples of skills are A. Affirmations. These are short and powerful words you can tell yourself to assist you in having positive thoughts. For instance, I may not be in control of this situation, but I have control over myself, and that is enough. B. Deep breathing. Have you noticed that when you get upset, your breathing automatically becomes more rapid and shallow? Deep breathing can help counter this and make you feel more relaxed. C. Replace thoughts with cognitive abilities. If you feel that your thoughts overwhelm you, try to put them aside for a little while and distract yourself with other cognitive-based abilities, such as learning a new task, doing crossword puzzles, or Sudoku. And D. Replace thoughts with grounding physical activities. According to a psychosomatic literature by Wong, triggering thoughts that activate the fight or flight response can be reduced through positive physical touch and pressure. Some examples you can try include counting your breath, bringing attention to both of your feet and noticing how they feel on the ground, placing a hand on your heart, or touching something soft like your pet's fur or a fuzzy blanket. Number 5. Release judgments. Do you have some brutal opinions about yourself? Sometimes no matter how successful or happy you seem externally, you may still hold on to destructive and judgmental thoughts about yourself. You might compare yourself to your ideal version of yourself or to other people and feel like you fall short. Because of this, it's important to learn to let go of such judgments. Even if it's hard to do, it's definitely possible with some practice. And in time, you may find yourself more at peace with yourself. And number 6, express your thoughts and feelings in a journal or with people whom you trust. Can you talk about your feelings, or do you tend to bottle them up? When you start to constantly ruminate over your negative thoughts, it can start to negatively impact your day-to-day life. For this reason, it's important to find healthy ways to express your thoughts and feelings. Perhaps you can find a close friend or loved one to talk about it, or you can write them down in a journal. If you're not too fond of writing, you can also try out many different kinds of journaling, such as visual journals, where you create sketches and drawings, or you can record or dictate your thoughts to a phone recorder. If you find this soothing, check out Endel in the description box below. Have you tried any of the tips?